What's up, mob? Hey, so you guys know I did my trip to Thailand to go visit my buddy Mark Savage, who was doing the 24 hours straight on a motocross track. He had the Guinness Book World Record for the most distance or laps in a 24-hour period. Somebody broke it. Mark wanted the record back. He's 50 years old. So he went and he tried it. This is a third attempt. The first one, when I was there, got rained out. So we scouted out a new area, went and checked out this new facility that Rick Giles owns. This place is so badass. But last week, on his third attempt, he tried it at this location about 2 months ago, and it just roasted his hands and it started raining again. So he was rained out twice. So now he did it a third time and got it done. He's got his record back, and I had to bring him on and talk about it. Mark can push through pain as well as anyone I've ever seen. And to do that for 24 hours, or I think he got the record done in 17 hours. You guys know the sponsors, and I'll tell you what, Mark could probably use some Nano Extreme right now. I wish I had some, but I didn't have any when I went to Thailand. So next time I go to Thailand, I'm gonna take some Nano Extreme, because when he does these records, he's going to need some Nano Extreme. It'll help him out a lot. Use code Cooksey at checkout and get free shipping with Nano Extreme. Epic garage designs, coolest garage stuff you'll ever find. Travis is a moto enthusiast, and he comes up with the coolest stuff. Cabinets, slat wall, whatever you need to make your garage look badass. Coach Rob, you know Coach Rob, he's got his bundles and his nutrition packages or for concussions or whatever you need. So hit up the Coach Rob store and get your nutrition bundles. Ride Strapped, who is also part of this world record. He sponsored Mark, gave him goggles. Now it looks like the Giles kids will be wearing Ride Strapped in, looks like the Indian Supercross League. So that's pretty cool. Check out Ride Strapped and Precision Transport. If you want to ship anything, hit up Precision Transport. This is a shipping company that you can trust. Hit up pretransport.com.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
All right, guys. So I went out to Thailand. I hung out with Mark. He didn't get the record done, but this is 24 hours for a 50-year-old. This literal savage got it done. Mark, how did it go, dude?
Well, yeah, it went pretty smooth on the day. We're really lucky, but we had to be lucky as well, because when you come out, we got washed out, and then we couldn't run that track. So we had to go up to Rick's place, as you know, where you had a ride. And then I got halfway through, same deal again. So I had to heal up for a month. And then the day we did it, it was like 38 degrees or 36 degrees every day, and raining and just really humid. And then the day that we got to do the event, it dropped down to, in your talk, about 88, I think, and about 80% humidity. So it was the coolest day we've had on history up there for the one day. It was perfect.
So let's walk people through how we got here. So you hit me up a long time ago and said, dude, I'm doing some world records. So we started doing that, and then I went out there. We went to a track. It was muddied out. It was nasty. We couldn't do it. So then we go to a place that's about 4 hours away. That is Rick's place. And once again, we scouted it out when I was there, but you weren't able to do it. So you made one attempt and got halfway through. You put in 12 hours and then had to stop, right?
And then it took me about a month to recover, and just with the blisters and stuff on my hands and feet. We made another gain, actually. I was talking to someone, and they said use the Muay Thai boxing tape that they tape their fingers with, and it's really stretchy, and you just put one strip across your hand, and it just sticks there even if you're sweating, and you could take your gloves on and off for 4 hours and you just put another one on. So I never even got blisters this time on my feet or my hands. But the hardest bit was because we were rained out with you, and then a couple of weeks later we were rained out again, and it took me so long to heal up. And then when we went back up to Rick's 10 days before the event actually took place last week, it was last Wednesday that we did it, I only got to ride a 10-minute moto, a 20-minute moto, and a 40-minute moto. So that was the only prep I'd had on the bike in nearly 9 weeks. So, yeah, it was a bit of a shock once I get to about the 12 or 13 hour mark.
So I want to address some of the haters, because you got some hate, and people were making fat jokes and all sorts of stuff to you. Screw those guys. And I'll tell you what, even when I was there, I guessed your weight. Remember this? We did this.
Yeah, yeah. You picked me up.
I guessed his weight, guys, and I listen. Mark looks like a big dude. I don't know if he's made out of balsa wood or what, but he's not that heavy. And this dude trucked through for 24 hours. Let me just tell you, try watching TV for 24 straight hours. It's not easy, right? I mean, anything for 24 straight hours is brutal.
Well, the truth be told, I never ever did I intend on riding for the full 24 hours. Because you know yourself, it's hard enough just to stay awake, as you say, for 24 hours. Or as Ricky said, go and walk for 15 or 16 hours and see how you feel, So I'd always, and because I'd already done it before, I'd always planned on getting it at around about the 16 to 17 hour mark. That was my plan, and we were pretty much to the minute. 10 minutes before the event, it actually come in and rained. It just flogged down for about 10 minutes. But the back half of the track where you jump the road up the back there where you've been, all that up there is really rocky and really hard red packed dirt. So it was like ice for the first 2 hours because we started at 4 a.m. in the morning. And then because it was wet, even the berms just packed like when you're riding on a clay track and you get not square edge, deep breaking bumps, but that really hard feeling concrete like soil. By about 11 o'clock in the morning, that's what the back felt like. And then you'd come down the front there where you guys rode on the track, and that was deep rip the week before. So it was all stones and soft, and we'd had rain, but we got it. It's all that matters. It's done.
Kudos, man. I am impressed because I rode that track. And that is not an easy track to do 24 hours on. That is a very physically demanding track. It's got this kind of, at least the front part that I rode was really soft. And I remember telling you, I said, dude, I don't know that you can do 24 hours on that dirt. And
I'll be honest with you. I was, the haters are haters, but I was so determined to get it back, and it had just started to drag out so long. It was getting done. I wasn't messing up. As said to you before we got on, feeling it now, but a couple of weeks will be good again and go from there.
So you're still feeling it a week out? You're sore as shit?
Yeah, I'm still, like each day you get a little bit more sore because like pretty much all my arms, only as of yesterday, my arms and chest are starting to ache now because I've pretty much just been numb. I stopped peeing blood a couple of days ago. It just shakes you up and can't eat properly and it's pretty hard on you. So
I stopped peeing blood a couple of days ago, dude. Like I don't think people understand the amount of pain that you're able to block out to get to the point where you push yourself to ride through that. That
you know what?
Gnarly.
If you go back, you can actually watch. Dallas started a YouTube channel, and you can see some of the breaks there about sort of 2 and 3 o'clock where we have our 10-hour break when we'd sort of been 12 hours in. And I was pretty much struggling. A couple of times someone even tried to talk to me and I didn't even answer them. I just sort of looked at them, and you just got to sort of keep pushing on a bit, you know what I mean? But we got it. So
So is it just a mental thing? And then what did you eat during this time? Did you eat like power bars? Did you have full meals? What did you do?
No, I actually they have a thing here in Thailand. It's like a soft sort of cake because your guts get so shaken up, and you're trying to, every 50 minutes I'm trying to slam 2 or 3 bottles of electrolytes into me. You just don't feel like eating, so I just got these and it's probably the wrong thing to do. Coach Rob would be the one to speak to you about it. But I think if you have a sugar rush, I think or anything with sugar in it, it lasts for about 45 minutes or so, and then your body slows up again. But because I was doing it each time, I think that kept me going, and it was just enough in your stomach. I still felt sick, like a couple of times actually. A couple of times I said to Dallas, I think I'm going to throw up in my helmet here. Like you're just so full of 20 bottles of water in or 25 bottles of water in, you just don't feel good. So, but it's good. I mean, is what it is. It's a fun event if anyone wants to try it.
No, thanks, dude. I'll pass. I ride for 20 minutes. That's long. That's a long moto for me. What's Dallas's YouTube page if people want to check that out?
Oh, it's called, he's just started it last week. It's called Yank versus Outback. We're going to go back to Australia shortly, and Dallas being the Yank, he's coming out and he's going to hang out for a while, and we'll do some shooting and some fishing, and we'll travel around, and he's going to put a bunch of stuff on like that as well. So yeah.
When he got a ride home in the scooter, I'm sure he'll appreciate that. That was awesome. We had a few cocktails when I was in Thailand, and everyone rides scooters. So Dallas needed a ride home, so this girl gave him a ride home on the back of the scooter. It was pretty funny, and he's not a little guy.
Yeah, it's really good here. Like it's just the way of life and the people are amazing. So yeah.
Well, that is what I got from being over there. Is I cannot believe how polite and respectful everybody is. It is a really amazing country. I like Thailand.
I mean, we don't even lock the house. It's just yeah.
Yeah, as an American, I'm kind of set on that. I'd still probably lock the house, but it's crazy how crime is so low, and they don't lock bikes up and stuff because they're not worried about it. Unless you're in like downtown Bangkok, it's really it's crazy how it is. It's really different there. It's just a totally different. It was pretty cool for me and JMO to go over there and see all that, see your setup.
I so wish you could have been there for the actual event, but we got the team event though. We're doing the team event. We're going to do that in Australia. I'm going to speak to Luke. Luke is going to build a track. He works on a 100,000-acre farming and sheep station. They sort of crop half and then they run sheep on the other half. Well, he can just build the track there and put all the area in for spectators and everything. So he's doing that. He's getting started on that shortly. So we will be able to get, well, I don't know about Jamo, but you'll definitely be able to come back out and have a ride. And maybe like last time, one bloke broke his arm and the other bloke's boss wouldn't let him have time off work. But we got, Nithrone. Thank you, Nithrone. Seat covers. He's just sent all the stuff to all the seat covers out too. So that was cool. But yeah, there's a good chance we can get you guys into riding in that, or if you've got another mate or someone you want to come, that'll be cool.
Now, everyone's still asking, and we had this conversation with them when I was there, and you know how I feel about the distance jumping. Are you still going to do that?
Yeah, we're going to Cobar shortly. It's all signed and sealed, so we're heading off there on the 14th of January, but they won't happen until I'm going to do the Hatter Desert race while I'm out there. We'll do Luke's 24-hour team event, then we'll do one jump, the dirt to dirt, and then 297 feet is the current record, and then we'll go and race Hatter, and then we'll do the second one. So that's the plan. We'll be away for, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 months. And then back, yeah.
Dang! So if I come get a place over there, you guys won't be there for 8 or 9 months. Bummer. Oh
well. No, we'll be. I'd say we'll be backwards and forwards. I mean, we definitely won't just abandon the place, and we've got friends in that here to see as well. So, and I won't be riding every day. So,
hey, what's the commute from Thailand to Australia?
If you go direct to, I'll say Sydney because most people know where Sydney is on the east coast, halfway up the east coast. You're about 9 hours, 20 minutes direct.
Okay, not too bad. Not quite as bad as coming from the States.
Oh, mate, it's a horrible trip coming like that. Anything east-west too, because north-south you don't get, going north-south you don't get jet lag, but east-west it just messes you up. So.
Oh, yeah. You saw what J-Mo and I looked like when we got there. We were a mess.
Well, we were like death warmed up, I know. So.
But you know what? Coming home, it wasn't nearly as bad. I don't know why, but coming home, I wasn't as bad. So. Probably just relaxed, I know you were all, I wouldn't say stressing, but this was all new and it was all about to happen, and it was, there was a lot went on, and just even being here for the couple of weeks was a bit of a big blur, if that makes sense, So yeah, you probably had time to relax on the way home. So yeah. Trip of a lifetime though. That was so fun. Like I said, I'm bummed that I missed the 24-hour. I'm so glad you got it done though, because I know that was just eating at you, and I got to see it. Yeah, and that was frustrating for you, but no worries, man. I'm glad you got it done. I'm pumped because I know you really, and I'll tell you, anyone that doubts Mark, listen, Mark has this. He's got that pro racers where people tell him they can't do something. He's doing it anyway, and the mental fortitude to push through for 24 hours, that takes a very special type of person. And dude, I'm impressed.
A stupid one, I think. Yeah, but. Yeah, a couple of weeks, as I said, we'll be back and feeling a bit better and not so shook up. Insides feel like they've been put through a cheese grater. So we'll have a bit more spark in us in the next couple of weeks. But, and a big thanks to everyone that did support it. There were so many people. You still get your few knockers, but everyone on the page that did give me support, it's really appreciated. So yeah.
Yeah, you had Tyler, Archer, Rick.
Yeah, Pat rode with me. Tyler
Pat.
Tyler didn't. Yeah, Pat rode. He just come out and just did the odd lap every now and then, and he did 15 minutes, and then 2 hours later he'd pop back up again, and he'd do some more laps, which was nice because it just broke up the boredom for me, going round in circles by myself. So that was really cool. Tyler rode the next day. And he's just gone in to get screws taken out of his foot. So, but they were all there. And Big D, Shane 23 and Rick and the boys. And Rick and the boys are in Indonesia racing now. I see Coach Rob's on board with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, it's really good. We'll have to make amends with the 24-hour. You'll have to ride in the 24-hour event. Just do 20-minute motos and then pull off, and then the next guy goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm up for it. So yeah, let me know when that comes around, and then
we'll give you a couple of months notice. We'll give you a couple of months notice, and maybe we can get a subscriber or something to your channel to come as well, and we'll do their ticket for them and organise something like we did with yours. So yeah.
Yeah, that was badass. I loved it. That trip was amazing. And I crack up at how many people are like, dude, what are you doing? This is a joke. He's not gonna. No, man, everything went perfectly. It couldn't have gone better. I was like, I got lifetime friends out of it and met all you guys. It was a hell of an experience, and I'm so happy. Thank you, Mark.
No, I appreciate it. And as I said, the day we finally got it done on the third attempt there, but just the temperature, mate, you couldn't have picked it any better. I even had like 6 spots of rain on my goggles. It was almost shady all day, 88 or whatever, and not 80% humidity. It was just perfect. It was the coolest day we'd had. So yeah, we couldn't. The weather gods owed us that one. So
well, and that was the other thing. Because you saw what I looked. I was sweating every day. I've never felt humidity like that. And I'm like,
we were joking that you look like you'd just done a moto and you just put your pants and boots on.
Seriously, my body was just like, what are you doing, dude? Are you in a sauna? What's going on? I couldn't stop sweating. It was crazy. And I'm like, this dude's going to do 24 hours in this? I don't know how he's going to do it, but I'm stoked that you did. I'm a little worried about the jumps. I don't like it, but I'm not gonna be able to talk you out of it. That's your deal. So
ain't gonna happen. They'll be done.
So we had that facility that Rick has up there is absolutely amazing. And when I was there, you were talking about taking it over and maybe doing a ride and all sorts of stuff. Have you made any progress on that? Is that still the plan?
Yeah, that's the plans. Where Rick and I are just working on all the timing now. But as I said, he's just gone to Indonesia. But it'll be once I get back. Once I get back from doing the jumps, that'll be the timing, and we've even made plans about for where people are going to stay and do what we're going to do, and it's going to be good. Yeah,
it is one of the most beautiful facilities in this area. The natural scenery around that track is it's next to nothing. Like I've rarely seen any tracks in the world that are that nice and that cool.
Did you go to Hellfire Pass? So Hellfire Pass was prisoners of war built the Burma Railway. That's only 10 minutes up the road.
Yeah. That's the bridge thing. Yeah.
And there's the bridge, River Kwai, but then 10 minutes down from Rick's place is the actual Hellfire Pass where they carved through. I think there was 260,000 prisoners of war, and I think 1 in 3 died. And there was a bunch of Aussies, Americans, and all that, and they did it all, and there's all remembrance thing there. The Australian government actually does it all, but it's free to go into, and yeah, it's a really, really cool place to go and see. So if anyone's up in that part of the world, it's not just moto and beautiful mountains and beautiful lakes, hot springs, which I think you saw. There's other stuff to do, like historical stuff as far as World War II and all that goes as well. It's a pretty cool area, really cool part of the world.
Yeah, and it's crazy. They had a hot spring, and then if you jumped out of the hot spring, you could go just over the other side, and it was like a cold river. So I'm doing hot cold therapy there after riding. It was amazing. I mean, it was just something. The place, the natural beauty in that area is flat out amazing. And if you do get the Arrive and Ride program, like I said, it's something that it'll be a destination.
Well, I will have to involve you in it somehow because I think it's such a good thing for people to come and see it. The people are so friendly. So if you're going to go anywhere, especially as a first-time traveller, you want to be able to deal with people that are caring and, not short and sharp with you. But just to see that sort of countryside and feel what it's like up in the jungle there, it's awesome.
So are you going to be in Thailand or Australia in the next couple of weeks? Are you going to go to World Supercross?
I'm here until the 14th of December.
Oh, okay, so you'll miss World Supercross. So okay,
yeah. So are you not going out there, are you?
Nah, too far for me. too far. I'd love to. Those guys they got an amazing series and they're really good people. And we need
Oh,
that one
good.
to succeed. We need that one with that business model to put pressure on MXGP, on AMA, all these stupid people that don't pay or don't contribute to the sport and they just pillage it. So I really hope World Supercross succeeds. And a lot of people ask what we can do, support those guys, and that will raise the level.
No, I agree.
So,
I agree. It's crazy what's happening in with the AMA and that, but yeah.
now you had ninth row seat covers. I know my boy Chris from Strapped hooked you guys up with some goggles.
Yeah.
Who else Who else helped you out in this thing?
Oh, mate, Yamaha, obviously. Bridgestone, Red Bull. Oh, he got me on the spot here. Heaps of local businesses jumped on board, which was amazing. So,
what was that bar we went to with the kangaroo?
Joe's Bar, yeah. Steve's selling it. He's going travelling. He told me during the week. Yeah, he's selling it. He's going travelling. So if anyone out there wants a bar in Thailand, it'll cost you 3 million baht, I think he wants for it.
Which is like $10 American.
Oh, 100 grand. Yeah, about
I'm
100
kidding.
grand.
I was joking when I said $10. It's crazy how far the money goes over there.
Oh,
really
it's
is.
ridiculous. No, it's ridiculous. So, but anyway, so we had a heap of small ones like that. As I said, Nithrone put in a massive effort. Their seat quality, the covers, the quality made is phenomenal. And I think he was changing factory, and he had orders coming out his butt. He was doing about 17 hours a day, and he still got all of the seat covers for the prize winners and that sent out, and so that was really good. But just everyone, and the people around us, like Rick got the crew of people with the mayor involved, and they all come and flagged on the track, and it was just so many people, mate. There's hundreds of people we'd have to thank, and I don't want to miss anyone out. But I don't know how to say it. It took a couple of days to actually sink in because I was so pissed for so long that I wanted it, and it just took a few days to sort of settle in, before finally.
Well, awesome. All right, Mark. So I am so stoked you got this done. Congratulations. You are the world record holder. How far did you go?
I did 607 laps, which was a bit over 750 kilometers.
Wow. That's a long ways, man, on a motocross track. And I've ridden this track. It is no joke, man. It really is. This is a legit motocross track that took a lot of energy, and I'll tell you what, man, I'm impressed. So congratulations, man. I'm so happy you got it done.
We'll send everything in now. We've just put cameras on the bike, cameras on me. We had to have static cameras, all of the video, the scoring, all the individual pages, all that's got to be sent in. So going through the process, it's all got to be sent in to formats and stuff that, as you know, I can barely turn my phone on. So I'm working through that slowly, and because I'm about as smart as a box of rock, we'll get it all done and submitted in the next couple of weeks, and then I don't know how many months it'll take them to ratify it, but it's all videoed and everything. So yeah,
kick ass, Mark. Awesome. Well, congratulations. Anything else you want to get off your chest?
No, I mean, I'm still doughy, as I said. It's not the usual mark at the moment. So I'm just still sore and sorry for myself. So give me a couple of weeks and I'll liven up a bit.
You got it, brother. All right, man. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you, mate.